You know, teenagers are masters at hiding things, and February is dedicated to revealing the often hidden problem of teen dating violence. Numbers from the CDC show 10% of high school students report physical victimization and 10% report sexual victimization from a dating party. Often young people think that kind of behavior is normal, so they don't talk about it. But unhealthy relationships have a lasting impact and are known to lead to risky behavior, including drug use. Parents and other adults in a child's life really can be the first line of defense against a bad relationship. So we have an expert here joining us now on In Focus, Lisa Nitsch. She's with the House of Ruth. Lisa, I've got a 12-year-old, okay? So she has friends that already have boyfriends at 13.
Right. That's right.
How do you know what to look out for?
Yeah, well, we know by the age of 13, most teens on average are dating in the United States. So if your child is safe, she may most likely have a friend that isn't. We know that 1 in 3 teens report having a friend that's involved in a violent relationship. The CDC numbers that you just gave, that 10% is just within the past year they've been hurt by a partner. We actually know over 30% of teens are going to be impacted by this. So we talk about it all year. Yeah.
So what should I be looking for?
Well, you should be looking for invasions of privacy. We talk about, we want to boost up healthy relationship skills. Encourage teens to really protect their own boundaries, protect passwords. Tech safety is a major issue these days. Social media passwords, email passwords, looking at each other's cell phones. Teach your teen to have a certain amount of boundaries, even within their relationship. Make sure that they're maintaining interests, even if they don't share the interests with a boyfriend or girlfriend. Make sure that, they know that they're worthy of certain amounts of privacy and that they should be able to do things outside of their relationship for it to be healthy.
So as a mom, with the 12, 13-year-old, should you still be having access to their passcodes and all that stuff so you can know what's going on? I mean, I do. So, sorry, Taylor.
That's a tricky discussion, and some parents feel really comfortable with it while other parents don't. What we often see as well when we talk about tech safety, a lot of that software and things that parents use sort of as spyware on their teens is actually what abusers are now using against their victims. So it's a double-edged sword when it comes to tools like that. We've got to be careful.
Tell us about what the House of Ruth is doing and why this month is so important.
Right. Well, we tell folks we've got all your resources. If you want your teen to take quizzes online, we can send you to websites for that. There's some great streaming Netflix movies. We can make some recommendations for conversation starters. There are websites that come with study tools for parents to learn how to talk to their children. Our training institute is always available to come out and talk to classrooms with community organizations, and we always want to raise awareness about the issue. But most importantly, more important than House of Ruth coming out and talking to teens, we want to talk to the adults who are involved with those teens. It's much more important if a parent can have the ongoing conversation or a teacher can have the ongoing conversation. So we're really focusing our efforts not on the teens themselves, but on those adults who are regularly in their lives. We want to create a community where everywhere this teen goes, they're getting messages about healthy relationships.
It's a tough subject to bring up as a parent.
Yeah, it really is. And so we encourage folks, don't so much focus on the negative, but focus on the positive. Is there a relationship, are you modeling healthy relationship skills? And maybe if you can't, if you're a single parent, is there a relationship you can point to say, that's how I want to see you treated in a relationship, so that they learn to hold their partners to that high standard.
So if somebody's sitting at home watching and listening, where do we need to send them to go?
Go to our website, www.hruth.org, and always, I tell folks, we've always got a live person ready to pick up the phone on our hotline, which is 410-889-RUTH, and we can send you to get all kinds of resources from there.